Welcome to Triple Down Gaming, everyone. Tonight we are playing some Baccarat, and we are starting with $300. Now we're going to play a minimum $50 table here. We're going to see how much we can run this up. We're going to do a little mini series here for this week and just kind of see whether we bust it all or we're walking out with some extra. So without further ado, let's get into it. Kind of starting out here with this first shoe of Baccarat. Again, just kind of more casino simulation here, as if the shoe has already started, unless you're kind of a very high limit player and you already got kind of your own reserve table. But again, we're kind of trying to make this for this video kind of as similar to those that aren't able to do that. So just kind of starting off here, $300, $50 minimum table, 5% commission with the banker. We'll see where we end up here. Go with just kind of starting off with the banker there, and let's see what this first hand brings us, everyone. Player starting off with a 5, and banker starting off hard with a natural 8 there, and that will pay 47, 50, 25, 35, 45, 47, and 50. We'll kind of keep the 250 separate there. Let's stack and let it ride, folks. Player starting off with a 5 again. Banker starting off with a 2. Player will draw a third, increasing to 6. Banker will draw a third, increasing to 9. Again, 75 out there, giving us 325 as the deduction there. So we'll take that. 325 commission, folks, will leave us at 71.75. Let's see, 50, 60, 71, 75. Again, we'll just kind of keep that all separated there. So that's a good win right there. We'll bring it back down, and you know, let's switch it up and we'll go to the player there. Player starting with 2. Banker, natural again. Ooh. Banker is on a roll here tonight. Put that player back out there. Player starting with 0. Play banker first card is 8. Banker starting with 6. And the banker will take that and not draw a third. Player stays at 0. Oof. Seems the banker's on a roll. Let's see if that roll will continue. Let's put 100 actually out there on the banker. Player again with 0. Banker with 0. Player will stay at 0, and banker will draw that 8 there. Ooh. 75, 85, 95. You know, let's seems that banker is going to keep going on a roll. Let's leave that 100 out there. Player again starting with 0. Banker 5. Player will draw a third, staying at 0. And that is another banker win, folks. It's just 75 there. 85. 95. Just because we like to live life dangerously, we're going to leave it out there again. Player starting with 4. Banker starting with 6. Player will draw again, staying at 4. And the banker will take that one again. 6. $75, $85, $95 there. And we're going to let it ride again. Let's see what happens. Player starting with 5. Banker starting with 5. Player will draw again, reducing to 4. And the banker will stay there, not draw a third card, with a banker win there. That 9 hurt the player. We are racking it up here tonight. And just because one last time, we'll do it again. I got a feeling this banker might continue for one more time. And the player will take that one with a natural 9. That's okay. We'll go one more. We'll do 7. We'll do that, and we'll do 100. 100 on the player there. Player hasn't had its chance yet. Starting with 0. Ooh, with the banker starts with a natural again. Another 100. I'm gonna use up some of these 5s here. Do 50 on the banker. Player starting with 4. Banker starting with 0. Player will draw a third, reducing to 2, unfortunately. Banker will draw as well, keeping at an 8 there. Okay. Had 50 out there, that'll be $47.50. We'll just pay the commission out of here, though. They are $2.50 showing it there. And get an even payout then. We'll leave that out there on the banker. Player starting with 3. Banker starting with 2. Player will draw, increasing to 9. What will the banker do? And he will stay at that 2 there. Player win. Let's go another 50 on the banker. Player will start with 5. Banker will start with 4. Player's gonna draw again, keeping 5. And the banker will stay there with a player win. Throw 100 out there in the banker. We'll see what happens. Player starting with a natural. Banker can't compete. Player win. Put another 100 on the banker. Player starting with 0. Banker will take that natural. And we'll pay the commission, get rid of some of these 5s here. Again, $100 out there, 5% commission. Just for the heck of it, let's let it ride. 200 on the banker. Got confidence here. Player starting with 4. Banker with another natural. Here we go, folks. $200. 190 coming back to us. And just for the heck, we'll play, get rid of some of these 5s there again. Giving us. And we'll drop it down. Just kind of rack that up. Stack it there. Gotta let those wins stack up. Player starting with 1. Banker starting with 4. Player will draw, staying at 1. And the banker will not draw. There with that 4. With a banker win. 35, 45, 750 there. And I got a feeling the player's gonna join the winning side, as I'll call it. Starting hard with the natural there. Banker did not quite catch up. That is a player natural with an 8 there. And we'll let it ride for the player. See if it can continue. Player, another natural. There we go. We'll stack that and count that up too. We'll switch it back over to the banker on a minimum 50 there. Player starting with 4, banker starting with 0. Player will draw again, reducing to 0 unfortunately. Banker will draw, increasing to that 8, getting us another $47.50. We'll pay the commission out too. Why not? And I think we might call it there. Let's count all this up. See where we're at. Again, so we start with $300 here. I can guarantee you we're close to double, I would say. Yeah, definitely over double. We'll count these 5s out and a little bit of change there. 25, showing the stacks there. $1.75. So look at that, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $8.75, $876.75. Over double. That's a hot streak right there. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Join us again. And hopefully we're still winning.